Good evening, and welcome to another episode of the 19th Hole here on the Sports Insanity Network. I am your host, Mark Old Up Sky Halpern. With me, as always,
Ross, the Caddy Mazin.
And we have a special guest tonight. Who's joining us?
Oh, you guys decided to pull in Lawrence Patchman Lang, president of the Sports Insanity Network.
Good to have you here, Patch.
Good to be here. You know, it's been a while since I've dropped down on here. Had some free time on my hand this evening when you guys are recording. So I'm like, no, screw it. Let's pop in on the 19th hole for a little bit.
There we go.
See how our round is going.
Hey, better yet, instead of you two playing couples, we're having a threesome right now.
That's fine with me.
I'm using golf. Listen, I brought the golf terms tonight.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, so this is a episode 2 weeks overdue. The Open Championship finished up while Ross and I were on a little bit of a hiatus due to scheduling conflicts and internet weather problems. And the winner of the Open was
Mr. Cameron Smith.
Pulls out yet another huge victory. Ross, why was this such an important victory?
To pretty much becoming now the face of the PGA Tour, given all the flies that have been dropping in the last week or so, and now more, and even announcers are dropping.
Yep.
Flaherty just left for the LIV.
Yep, when we get to that in a few minutes. But
my apologies.
No, that's okay, Ross. It's how it is. But to talk about the Open a little bit, Cameron Smith showed up for the entire thing. 67, 64, 73, and that was the day that weather was the issue for everybody.
Yeah,
so
weather's always an issue that far and then that far north.
Right. And then it was pretty much a race to the finish, but he beats out another Cameron Young by one stroke.
Yeah, the fact that you finished 20 under par for your
even on, let's put it this way, on the friggin' St. Andrews course where golf was invented, as Ross said in his article, which was absolutely great. But the sad thing is, there's a guy who came in third, and this guy has been more consistent than most golfers in a long time, but he just can't seem to win a major. Of course, we are talking about Rory McIlroy.
Yeah, he just can't seem to
third.
Pull it together.
He's been he has been one of the most consistent golfers over the last year. He's been in the top 10 in numerous tournaments, and in the big name tournaments, he's finished in the top 5 in the last 4. He just has not been able to eke forward.
No, maybe, I don't know, is he even playing in the 3M tournament?
No. He and pretty much anybody with a name except for Tony Finau bowed out. This is the tournament they're all letting go, and you got the Tour Championship coming up in
maybe he wins the FedEx Cup. We'll see.
That's good. That would be interesting. It's not over.
No,
it's
not over. Got a lot of ground to make up between now and the end of August.
Exactly. So, which means Rory doesn't take a break. He has to play in every tournament to earn points.
Yeah.
Who knows? That could be an interesting scenario. And if Ross is right on that, that would be awesome. Because you heard it first here on the Network. But that is the Open in a nutshell. Patch, do you have anything to say about the Open?
Yeah, good for Cameron that came back and won, because I watched the last round on Sunday. Yeah,
I was watching it while I was in between work and putting it on my phone and trying to watch.
Yeah, it was just great golf to watch. The old course is the old course. It likes to mess with you with those on the greens. I mean the greens, and then you got the high rough where
you're in the rough on St. Andrews. You might as well just walk away.
Take the penalty stroke.
Oh yeah.
Take the penalty stroke. Go on with your day. Matt, what? it's hard to see what's going on with Rory because
Yeah,
Rory-
It's so, I don't know whether it's mental, whether it's physical. It's a lot of stuff is factoring into his game, and he needs to figure it out. Figure out what to do if you want. I feel bad for the guy to come in top 5 the last several tournaments.
as an old movie quote from an old golf movie, because it is kind of an old golf movie. Rory needs to go to his happy place
Yeah,
and find his way to close out a tournament.
yeah.
It's
Instead of
all
coming
in the hip. It's all.
But,
in
you
the
know,
hip.
all in the hips. It's
Great
all in the
tournament.
feet.
Only like somber note, I guess, is that I felt bad for Tiger that he played so terrible that
Yeah. Oh my God. I'm
I'm-
just looking at it. It's like a plane, like a car crash that you can't look away from. Like it. I want to turn it off, but I also want to see him.
Right.
Kind of finish.
Yeah, it was a nice send off. The way he walked off the 18th green. We said it from the moment he came back. He was not in shape. He was not golf ready. He got to play St. Andrews yet one more time. Not like he could go anytime he wanted, but he got to play it in the crowd in front of everybody, and he gets that beautiful send off, and he knows he's done. So that's it for poor Tiger. Moving on. The LIV is
Ugh.
really starting to piss off the PGA.
Oh yeah, with 3 guys this week.
You got Charles Howell,
Charles
third,
Howell.
is the biggest name of the 3. 2 others were really good up and coming golfers, but Charles Howell III has been a top 25 golfer for the last 7-8 years on the tour. He's won, I think, a couple of small tournaments, but this is a big signing for him
Yeah.
because I think he got something like 30 million just to go.
Yeah, something like that. And the next tournament is in our backyard, and it's getting a lot of bad press. Playing at Bedminster this week.
Go ahead,
It's
talk
pretty
about
much
it.
a slap in the face to 9/11 victims. The fact that it's even at Trump's course, so many things wrong with it playing here.
Russ and I have.
It's already got a lot of protests within the last 2 weeks.
It's going to get a lot more.
Yeah.
And we're not a very political group here on
No, but
the
this
Sports
is-
Insanity Network. Sometimes it comes up, so don't be floored by it. This is not us all the time. But longtime PGA announcer David Flaherty is leaving PGA to take over as the head announcer for the LIV.
Good for him. I always liked him as an announcer.
Unreal, but there's more.
Another one who may be joining him for next year,
Gary McCord,
as
is
he called it, to join the clown car of broadcasting, along with Charles Barkley, may be joining too.
well, yeah, we're going to get to him in a second. With Gary McCord, is if you ever watch SMY and you watch Gary Cohen and Keith Hernandez, Gary McCord is the Keith Hernandez here. He's the color commentary, and he's been absolutely fantastic at it. Much better than he ever was a golfer. He was a pro golfer. He wasn't great. He wasn't bad either, but
Yeah,
reverse that. He wasn't bad, but he wasn't great either.
Stick to broadcasting.
He's a great color commentator, and in the movie Tim Cup, he does all the commentating for the U.S. Open that is played in the movie. That is him doing the whole thing.
The last couple scenes.
Yeah, and that's why Gary McCord is a big surprise. But Russ also just mentioned something. There is an announcer that is not a golfer
Who tries to play at golf, and it's gotten a lot better with his swing.
He's a horrible golfer. I could beat Sir Charles with my
Charles
bad back.
Barkley may be joining the LIV broadcasting for next year.
His only requirement, and you ready for this? As long as they pay me more than what the NBA is paying me, that's fine. NBA was asked for comments. They have no comment. Which means to me, this was a done deal already.
Yeah, if he's going to leave inside the NBA.
Right.
We all miss him when he does NBA coverage because it's all four of them are hysterical. But
Right.
I think he could be. He definitely knows his golf. He knows how to commentate on golf. I'll give him that.
Yes, he does. You're absolutely right. Patch, can you take a guess and the type of money he would make as an announcer on the LIV?
I don't know his NBA TV deal off the top.
Was about 11.
It's 11 and a half.
Yeah, okay.
He probably got 25.
Oh, easily.
The offer's over 30 for him to come.
Take it.
Where can I just sign for this?
Really. Where can we sign up so I can I quit my day job?
I hope there's an LIV open. You kidding me? I'll go walk my disabled butt up there and I'll do the best I can. You know what a disabled guy on the tour might bring?
Guaranteed money for last place anyways, which is like $1 million.
I could live on that.
I could easily just
same here.
I mean,
travel paid for as well.
Yeah, let me just make one thing, Simon. PGA LIV, not a sponsor. But if you're listening, we'll be more than glad to come out to the sunny desert land. 2.5 Jews come out and we'll announce for you.
Yeah,
that will be the group named 2.5 Jews from the desert who got lost looking for the one penny. Not to make fun of poor Scott Piercy, I had to look him up to see who he was.
Yeah, me too. Like, wait, who is he? He's been like.
And the guy behind him, I've never. No offense to Emilio, I don't know you either. This is not a diss towards you, but it's good that you're getting some notoriety here. I was like looking, and then I see Tony Finau's in third, and I'm like, okay, there's like not one real golfer in this round, but Tony Finau right now, is it?
Yeah, really.
But we have in about a month, probably the last big golf PGA event, and that's going to be the Tour Championship. It'll be an all dukes them out for whoever's going to win it this year. It's going to actually right now too close to call. And then also you have the FedEx tournament.
Right, FedEx is the second week of August.
Right.
Down in Memphis, you got the BMW Championship.
Right.
And then Tour Championship at the end of August in Erie, Atlanta.
Right. So Ross and I have basically, on the PGA front of it, 3 major tournaments left, in which you're going to get, that means, at least 6 more of this year's opening of the 19th hole PGA Edition 1. The next part of our segment, as I have not told Ross this, is a new segment will be brought on, is that Ross and I are going to have to little kind of battle it out. Who's going to have to, one week when we get into major golf season, one's going to have to watch PGA, one's going to have to watch LIV. And we're going to both be doing reporting on it. This way you're getting round world coverage of golf. We're not just going to cover Atlanta. We're going to cover Saudi Arabia. We're going to cover Uzbekistan if they
wherever they're sending them to.
Wherever these guys play golf, we're going to be covering it. At least the tournaments that are worth covering.
Yeah.
Live. We will have constant articles and updates coming out for just not only PGA, but LIV. We will also be having a guest on in 2 weeks, a friend of mine who's coming back to his house in North Carolina, who I played golf with for years. So he's hopefully going to be joining us in 2 weeks. That is my good friend, Aaron Macklis. And Aaron Macklis also will be joining us on the 101, as when I was a car dealer with my own business, he worked for me. So it's an interesting, it's not Aaron didn't work for me. Sorry. Aaron didn't work for me. Aaron worked with me. Let me put it that way. I'm sorry. But we have an exciting conclusion coming up with this year's in golf. And it's not going to be featured around the same 2-3 guys for once. It's not just Tiger. It's not just Phil Mickelson, and it's not just, oh God, let's make it easy. It's not just Rory McIlroy. We've been actually able to talk about a nice crop of young golfers this season. And with next season being able to cover twice as much, we're going to get to know a lot more names, and then maybe we can get that big handshake between the LIV and the PGA done. We'll all go to Camp David. We'll sit down. We'll get Benjamin Netanyahu into it, and we'll all make peace, and we'll sign.
We'll sing Kumbaya.
Exactly. But for tonight, if you want to see many different vlogs, blogs, anything, come visit us at www.thesportsinsanitynetwork.com for everything dealing with multiple sports. Come check us out. Follow us on Twitter. Check out our live shows on YouTube. Football's coming. The Blitzers will be back. As for tonight, I am Mark Oldop's Guy Halpern with
Ross, the Caddy Mazin.
And Lawrence Patchman Lang.
And in the words of our one head who is not here, Mike, Punmaster Rifkin.
Namaste.
And
Say goodnight to your mama. Your mama loves you.
have a good night, all.
Have a good night.